Are you the type of person who can make your paycheck last until the end of the month? Or are you the kind who runs out of money halfway through and still ends up in debt? I don't know your answer, but I do know Brian's answer. Brian is a hardworking guy, but he struggles a lot with managing his money. His problem is simple. Every time he gets paid, he makes a mental plan of what he's going to do with his money. But by the 20th of the month, he's already broken. Not a single dollar left. And then he's stuck waiting for the next paycheck just to breathe again. Sound familiar? One day, Brian decides to ask for help from his friend Maria, someone who always seems to have her money under control. She tells him that she follows a simple method called the 50-30-20 rule, and it helps her keep track of her expenses without stress. Brian listens and instantly thinks, I need this in my life. And honestly, he's right, and you might benefit from it too. So let's dive in. What is the 50-30-20 rule? The 50-30-20 rule is basically a simple framework for how to divide your income. It tells you exactly how much of your money should go where. The method divides your spending into three main categories. 1. Needs. 50% of your income. These are your essential, absolutely must-pay expenses. Anything required for your basic survival or daily functioning goes here. 2. Wants. 30% of your income. These are things you enjoy but don't strictly need to live. This is the category where people often get into trouble. 3. Savings and debt payments. 20% of your income. This is the money for your financial future, paying off debt, building savings, or investing. Simple enough, right? Just split your expenses into these three buckets and check whether they fit the recommended percentages. If your needs or wants are too high, you adjust. If your savings are too low, you increase them whenever possible. And here's the best part. In the third category, more is always better. If you can save 30 or even 40% while maintaining a decent lifestyle, so that's incredible. How to organize your income. Using the 50-30-20 method. Step 1 is knowing how much you actually earn. We'll use your net income, not your gross income, meaning the amount you receive after taxes, insurance, and other deductions. So, for example, if someone earns $3,000 a month and $400 goes to taxes and insurance, they should use $2,600 as the base for applying the rule. Now let's break down each category. 50% for essential expenses. To use the method properly, you need to know exactly what your essential expenses are and whether they're staying under 50% of your income. If you've never tracked your spending before, you may be surprised at how easily these expenses go over the limit. Chances are your budget might currently look more like 70-30 or even 80-20, with nothing saved for your financial goals. So what counts as essential? Essential expenses include rent or mortgage, basic groceries, health insurance and medical copays, utilities like water, electricity, and gas, transportation, gas, car insurance, bus, just train fares. These are the things you cannot live without or you need to keep your job. For example, if you work from home, your internet bill is definitely an essential. Without it, you literally can't work. Golden tip. If your essential expenses are over 50%, it's time to review them. A few ideas. Switch to cheaper grocery brands. Look for housing alternatives or roommates. Reduce energy and water consumption. Reevaluate subscriptions hidden inside your essential bills. Small changes can make a big difference. 30% for wants and lifestyle choices. Now we get to the fun category, but also the dangerous one. These are the expenses that bring pleasure, entertainment, and convenience. But they're not strictly necessary. This is also the category that quietly destroys budgets. Many financial problems start right here, often because of overspending on wants, credit card bills piling up, impulse purchases, trying to live above your income level. Lifestyle choices and pleasure include things like travel and vacations, streaming services, dining out, coffee shops and concerts, electronics or clothes you don't strictly need, hobbies and entertainment. Anything that's good to have but not essential to your survival. Golden tip. The great thing about this category is how flexible it is. You can cut these expenses quickly when needed, cancel or downgrade subscription services, eat at home more often, choose cheaper entertainment options, delay purchases you don't need right now. Living one level below guarantees that the 50-30-20 rule will work flawlessly. 20% for savings, investments, or debt payments. This was the biggest surprise for Brian, and it's probably the biggest surprise for many people today. Many Americans don't regularly save money or build emergency funds. But this 20% category is what strengthens your financial future. This part of your income includes debt payments, credit cards, personal loans, student loans. Building an emergency fund, retirement savings, investments. If you have debt, this 20% should go first toward paying it off. Once your debts are under control, the next goal is building an emergency fund. Most financial experts recommend saving at least 3 to 6 months of living expenses. For example, if your monthly expenses total $2,000, your emergency fund should be somewhere between $6,000 and $12,000. This fund becomes your safety cushion, your financial shield in case you lose your job, you face a medical emergency, your car suddenly breaks down, life throws one of its surprises at you. Having this money set aside prevents panic and helps you avoid high-interest loans. Golden tip. Use this 20% to pay off debt. Build your emergency fund. Start investing for long-term wealth. This is the part of your budget that changes your life the most. Pretty cool, right? The 50-30-20 rule is one of the simplest ways to manage your income without ignoring any essential principles of personal finance. With this method, you can keep your bills paid, enjoy life, avoid debt, save part of your income, build an emergency fund, work toward financial independence, and you can use whatever tool works for you. A spreadsheet, a budgeting app, or just pen and paper. The important part is starting. This isn't the only financial method out there, but it's definitely one of the easiest to apply and one of the most effective for people who want to finally get their finances organized. So, what do you think? Do you agree with the 50-30-20 rule? Let me know in the comments how you currently budget your money and whether you plan to try this method. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.